Hey you guys, so I wanted to hop on here today and talk to you about the article that I posted this week over on my site that is all about how you can automate things inside your business. And the reason that I'm talking about this is that I'm finding that many of the studio owners that I speak to, many of my clients inside of my Thrive membership, and many of the folks that go through my marketing intensive training program are doing a lot or are wearing a lot of different hats in their business, right? And when you're wearing a lot of different hats in your business, there's a lot of different systems and processes and responsibilities and tasks that have to happen in order for your business to run smoothly. And sometimes you can delegate some of those, which will save you some time. But oftentimes you are going to be wearing all of those hats and doing all of the things. And we are all at our max capacity right now with all the things that we've had to go through this last year. And I don't really feel like I want to add too much to anyone's plate, right? So how can we keep growing and keep making progress in our business? Keeping all that in mind. And the one thing that I really encourage as many of my studio owners to do is to find things that they can automate, that they can that they can delegate essentially, or that they can create very streamlined processes for, so that they can stay on top of all of those tasks that need to get done inside of their business to keep their businesses running smoothly, to keep their clients coming into their classes and in through the door. So I wanted to share with you in this article that I wrote this week, and I also wanted to share with you today, just some of those things that I really recommend that everybody considers automating inside of their business. And not all of these things, obviously, will work for you. It really depends on the type of business that you have. But I do think that some of these things may help you to feel a little bit more in control of your time and to win back some of that oh so precious time that you might want to spend doing some other things in your business. All right. So the first thing I really encourage you to think about automating and in fact in scheduling is some of the things that you post on social media. All right. Now, not everything you post will be able to be scheduled. But what we know is that consistency pays off when it comes to social media. The more consistent that you can be, the better it is for your business. And for a whole host of reasons that I won't go into today, otherwise I'll be here for hours. But we want to be consistent on social media. And we also know that when you are active and regularly posting on social media, it does become a bit of a time, it seems very time consuming, right? And coming up with the content, posting the content, and all of the other things that go along with that. So what I really recommend is that you plan out your content, what you want to say and when you want to say it in advance in kind of one sitting. So you're not hopping in and out of these different tasks. You're actually what we call batch writing or batch creating some of that content for your social media, and then pre-scheduling some of that using a scheduling tool like Later or Planoly. All right, I use Later. I love it. It's a partner of Instagram. It doesn't hurt any of the algorithms. Love. So I definitely encourage you to do that, because it does help to give you that sort of consistency, that plan, and it helps you to make sure that you are able to achieve what you want to achieve on social media, but also not allow it to sort of take over every minute of your day. Because we know that when we hop onto that Instagram, it's very easy to keep scrolling, and then we get sucked in, and then we click through, and then we see all the things, and all of a sudden, 30 minutes has disappeared, and that was 30 minutes that we could have been spending doing something else way more fun, right? Okay, so the number one thing I encourage you to schedule is your social media. The second thing I encourage you to do is to optimize your scheduling software. So whatever software you're using to book clients into your classes, I really encourage you to use all of the functionality that you have inside of that software, so that you can, there's often a lot of automations that you can do in there that will help you to keep a very, build a better relationship with your client, to help you understand what your clients need and want from you, and to help you to sort of stay in touch with them a little better. And depending on what scheduling software you're using, you'll want to just take the time to figure out what that can offer you beyond just scheduling. right? So there's things like welcome emails and package expiration reminders and other things like that, often included in your software that you use for just simply scheduling your clients. And if so, I really encourage you to make the use of those, because that will help you to build that relationship with your client, help you to stay on top of some of those tasks that will perhaps often come up and pop up a little bit later on. The third thing I encourage you to do is, on a similar vein, to really think about how you can stay connected with your clients at different times of the year, and have a system for doing that. So you're automating perhaps requests for testimonials or requests for feedback, perhaps even automating those sort of happy birthday emails or text messages that can be a nice little touch point between you and your clients. All right, those are not things you don't have to remember your clients' birthdays. There are ways to do that in whatever, like I said, the software that you're using. But there's other fun things that you can do in the same way that you can automate and plan way ahead of time and in advance. The third thing I encourage you to do is to think about how you can automate your task management. So I know that when it comes to running any business, there's a whole host of different tasks that you have to do every day, and then some that happen once a week, and then some that happen once a month. And it's very easy for those tasks to get lost and to get forgotten. And then there are those tasks that absolutely have to happen, like perhaps paying those bills, and perhaps those tasks that are kind of like, we should be doing that, like reaching out to some local businesses to develop referral programs and things that often get pushed to the bottom of the list and then maybe they don't get done. It's really helpful to have some sort of a task management system like Trello or Asana, or there's a few different ones out there. You can even use just a list making app like Todoist or Monday.com. There's a whole, or ClickUp is another one as well. So there's a few out there that you can use to automate, to think about your task management, to automate the reminders that come to you about what you have to do. All right, big fan of that one, especially as your business grows. All right, and then the final one I really encourage you to do is to really stay on top of your payments. And the way that you can do that is inside of your payment software, there are often ways that you can follow up with delinquent payments or late payments. And I know that that is a really challenging topic to raise to clients often, which I totally understand. But we can't just let that slide, right? So I really encourage you to think about perhaps creating an automated message or that really checks in with people who perhaps the cards have been declined or that perhaps have been expired and that sort of thing. And that really helps to make sure that those payments are seamless, that you don't have to chase down that money, and it helps to give you a bit more the ability to really make sure that you're getting those payments and being able to get that from the clients that owe you what they need to pay you. Right. So those are the 5 things I certainly recommend every business owner does implement inside of their business. Some of them may be more relevant to you depending on your business model and what you're doing. But I really cannot say that there are so many different places in your business that you can automate and you can create systems. And we know that as our businesses grow and expand, there is more that we need to be doing. And if we're not either offloading or delegating those tasks or finding systems and processes and automations to help it, then we're going to really hit the capacity of what we're able to achieve, just simply because there are only 24 hours in a day and perhaps only 1 or 2 people in your business able to do some of these tasks, right? So automation is the key. And when you are working with your clients in the way that you do often, which is 1 hour in exchange for a dollar amount, which is the way that most teachers and studios operate, you will find that you want to be spending your time on making money, right? And you don't want to be spending time on doing a ton of admin work or doing a bunch of emailing at various times of the day or hopping on social media in the middle of the day. And all these things can really become very overwhelming. And if you automate them, you find systems for them, they tend to become less overwhelming, and you're able to really take some extra more time out of your business if that's what you want, or perhaps make more time for things that you really want to do in your business and spend time on things that you really love to do in your business. So I hope that helps. If you want all the details about what I have just shared with you, you can go ahead and read the article. The link is just below this video. And if you've got any questions about anything I've mentioned, or if you've got any questions about some of these tips, don't hesitate to hop in the comments and let me know. I hope you have a great rest of your week, you guys.